All right, fam. What's up? I should be working, but I'm not. You know what? I'm going to do that later. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there that served. Let's remember them right now. And thank you to all the new subscribers that found my channel via the To Be a Man reaction to Dex. And it was a powerful song. It was very powerful, very cleansing. It felt good. And it was nice to be able to get so many fantastic comments. And I mean, in a lot of the comments, I literally replied, I felt that, because some of the comments would, seriously get on the inside of you, where you're like, this person's not bullshitting. They genuinely, get it. I want to get into this song right now. A lot of you, I think because you realize the caveman exposed a weakness, you're coming at me with a song called Monsters by James Blunt. I've never heard the song. My history with James Blunt goes back 15, 16, 17 years. I don't even know. But I had a breakup with somebody, and I don't even know if I ever knew what that song meant. But I should just fill you in. I was on that reality show, Orange County Housewives. Have you guys ever heard of it? I don't know how big that show was. I don't know how long that aired, but season 2, I was on that. I was dating Tammy's daughter, one of the daughters. So I was that crazy pit bull guy. So anyway, that's a little bit of history, but she introduced me to that song. I'm not a good reactor now. My reactions kind of suck. I do reaction and I think later, dude, why didn't I go into that? Why didn't I talk about that? That fully happened to me, something like that. And I just forget what I'm going. I forget where I'm going sometimes. What can I say? But I never knew what the song meant. So that was You're So Beautiful, right? By James Blunt. Anyway. Monsters. So let's get into this one right now and check this out. I'm assuming somebody's going to try to crack the caveman, but this time I'm strong like bull. My dad was recently, no, he came down with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Is it a syndrome? I don't know. I just threw that in. Guillain-Barré, and it's like the body immune system attacks itself, and it's full paralysis. And if you follow my channel, you know I wrote a song about my dad. I am not a singer. I'm not a rapper. I'm a dude, an old dude in his 50s that picked up a pencil one time and made a rap and actually put the first one on the internet. I think I've done about 6 songs. They're not very good, but, I'm one of those guys that believes I can achieve something if I just do it and don't quit, and I'll get better. Now my son's doing it, and that was really Dad's goal. I was trying to get my boy into it. Monsters by James Blunt. Let's do it. Oh boy. He's looking sad, dude. This is gonna be a tough one, right?
Oh, before they turn off all the lights, I won't read you your wrongs or your rights. The time has gone. I'll tell you good night, close the door. Tell you I love you once more. The time has gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine.
Wow. Let's go.
And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away. Oh, well, I'll read a story to you. Only difference is this one is true. The time has gone. I folded your clothes on the chair. I hope you sleep well, don't be scared. Time has gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid, it's my time to chase the monsters away. Sleep a lifetime, yes, and breathe the last word.
This line about it's my time to chase the monsters away, like, you know, when you're young. I mean, when I was a kid, the window that was at the head of my bed, where my bed was, my brother and I shared a room, got broken into. And one day, and we had like, I don't know, jars with cash that we would save from birthdays and Christmas or whatever. They got stolen, and our room got ransacked, and we lived out in the middle of the country. And my brother and I, we had a ghost in that house, and that's going to be a stories with CaveMan video coming up. But we'd hear cats out there. We'd be terrified. My brother and I'd be hot because this is before AC. We'd be covered up and tell my dad that, you know, there's a burglar out here. You need to come look. And so with kids, and my kids really don't have that fear ever. I mean, yeah, because we're always with them. They're never alone. I don't know. Pretty lucky there for them. But seeing my dad in the hospital, he asked me like day one when I got there. And he doesn't remember that I was even there now. But he said, Roman. My name's Roman. Nice to meet you guys. I call myself Caveman all the time. But he said, are you packing? And I'm like, Dad, what do you mean? And he goes, the night nurse. And he goes, her name's Patricia. In staying there 3 days and going back and forth and, you know, having conversations with my brother and his wife about my dad, he was clinching with one hand, and he said he had the skeleton's hair in his hand, and he was holding the head of the skeleton down, trying to keep the skeleton down. But that hand was paralyzed. Even now, he's getting out of a lot of these places he was in, and he still can't move that hand at all. Kind of starting to walk now, but he the heavy thing about that was that the skeleton's my mom. He said that the nurse's name was my mom's first and last name. And that every night the skeleton would lay with him in bed. You know, and if you knew their relationship, my mom wouldn't leave. You know, she would hang. She would be one of those that would hang around, and you know, if I talk to my dad now, he doesn't remember me being there. He told me at one point uh, get my bag out of the truck, son. You're the one. My other brother, my brother, wouldn't probably get him out of there. I would be the one Dad would call when it's time to put in work. And he told me, go down, get my bag, get my things, because we're breaking out of here. And I'm trying to tell him, Dad, you got to be here. You know, there's no monsters here, Dad. You're in a good place. You're safe. But he didn't think that. For him, he was talking about Vietnam. He was telling, I mean, there were monsters, and then so now that he's all here upstairs, and I talked to him, he said he went to hell. He said, you know, um, I was hanging over the lake of fire. I could hear the wailing and the gnashing of teeth, and they were trying to get me, and they were trying to get me. And he's like, I wound up on this mound. He said like a pitcher's mound, but it was like a what do you call it? A sunroof on a house. A sunroof? Not a sunroof. What do they call those? Those little solar lights or whatever. You guys know what I mean, right? Why can't I think of that? Anyway, whatever. He's laying on this mound that was kind of lit, like one of those opaque white with a light behind it. Kind of like my ring light looks on the other side of this camera. Um, and that he'd look up above him and it would be like netting or like really close together knit chain link. And through that, he could see the sunlight, the rays coming through. He said he could hear the prayers from everybody. That the prayers were the light that came through. And that's you guys, a lot of you guys. When I wrote that song for my dad, asking for help, I literally started writing a song, just messing. And don't go looking for it and think it's going to be a good song. But it is on my channel, and when I started writing that song is when I got the call. In the middle of that song, I'm talking about not being able to afford the price of eggs or something like that. And then it reminded me of the story, and it went to a story my dad used to say, trying to support the family. But anyway, I got to get back to this song. So that line really hits me hard about chasing the monsters away, because the whole time he and you know what? There's probably some of you wondering about my dad's near-death experience. And I'll say it, he had a friend come down, name's Leonard. He met Leonard after my mom died. He's got a bunch of friends. My dad's 74. He bought a Harley. He was riding horses and roping. He's not on any meds. He's healthy. He was healthy. Until this came out of nowhere. And he, before anybody talks about the V, he was not into that. But this guy Leonard came down, and he was praying, and he named, I stepped out. I was trying to give my dad blood that day, and this Leonard laid hands on him, was praying, and I heard him at one point saying something about Lazarus, like proclaiming Lazarus, and I don't even know that story, that biblical story or whatever, but that was my dad's worst day. And I believe that was the day he was on that pitcher's mound looking up, hearing the prayers, and I think that prayer, definitely, my dad got a blood transfusion, and they took the trach out. They let us talk to him. And earlier, he didn't even know me. He was asking me to get the guns. He was asking me to get the gun out of his truck. It was really scary. So. On your arm, I will be the last one. So I'll leave a light on. Let there be no darkness in your heart. But I'm not your son. You're not my father.
We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid. It's my turn to chase the monsters away.
Wow. All right, guy. Uh, well, that was incredible. It was an incredible song. A lot better than So Beautiful or whatever. I couldn't understand. But um, anyway, everybody, I hope, I hope that you in your life will get the time before your parents get to this stage where you bury the hatchet, and it's not just the hatchet tip, bury the whole fucking hatchet under the handle. It's too easy to grab that handle back out again. So just be like this in this place when you can like look eye to eye, and you can own up to everything, and you can say you're sorry, and you can share your heart. I mean, I'm thinking about my dad when I watch this, but when I think about my kids, I wouldn't be able to finish that video. So anyway, great request. Appreciate it. Hopefully the copyright's not going to just get me in trouble. I don't know. I got demonetized on my other channel. So, you know what? Shit is hard sometimes. Take care, everybody. Love you. Peace. And let's not forget Memorial Day tomorrow and remember all those soldiers that died for us. And take care.